I think that light on, Johnny. Johnny, I think that light on.
Hey,
everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Oh
Hello.
my
Oh, wait a
God.
minute. Is it Shawn? Is it on? I don't think it's on. I don't hear nobody. I don't hear the people talking.
No, Johnny, it's on.
I don't hear the people talking.
let me turn that volume down. It's definitely on.
Thank you so much. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Hey.
Twitter.
That red light is on, so we are live and we are ready. Shout out to T.S. Madison. How everybody doing tonight?
Hi.
So we got some interesting topics to talk about today, but before we go into that, I do want to bring up that May is AIDS Walk, and we typically celebrate AIDS Walk on the first Saturday of the month. However, because of the pandemic, we decided to expand out AIDS Walk for the full month of May. So if you want to donate, if you want to participate, you can go out into your own neighborhoods and actually walk. You can also tag a friend. You can tag a friend. You can share this post. You can share a post. You can tag a friend. You can post a picture, make a video of you walking. And of course, you can also donate. So please participate in our AIDS month walk. And again, there's some different things that you can kind of do to kind of participate inside of that as well. I'm gonna take that down. Actually, today I got something special for y'all. Halfway through the show, we're gonna do a special commercial for the AIDS walk. So be looking out for that halfway through the show, okay?
Yay!
Also, what we have is focus groups that we are doing. The focus groups are to engage the Black gay community inside of prep. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. This is a focus group that is designed to help us create our own interventions to help our people engage into prep. So please participate. We also have in-depth interviews that Patrice, Bryce, and Shawn are doing. They're looking to collect information from individuals that are on prep. We want to know why is it working, how is it working, and so we can pass the information on to someone else to engage them on prep and make it work for them as well. So please contact those people to get interviews that we can collect information from you. However, we all know that your time is not free, so we will be paying you in incentives for you to participate. So please be a part of that conversation. So before I move on, I want to introduce my lovely panel. These people I love so much. Y'all don't understand. The love is so real out here.
Come on.
So first, I'm going to introduce my better half, Mr. Bryce Curry. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. My name is Bryce. I'm a peer autism specialist here at RAIN. I help people who are positive who've been out of care re-engage in care, and I hold their hand and help them through their crises and navigate their health care. So if you know you've been out of care, call this number down below. Don't play with me. Come on.
Thank you so much, Bryce. Next, we have Shawn.
Y'all already know. It's your boy B-O-O-D-A. Listen, y'all already know. I'm the PR specialist here at RAIN and Crew. I pretty much specialize in substance use as it relates to harm reduction. So pretty much what I do is I go out in the community and I educate and advocate about healthy, safe sex practices. I also will be doing some videos soon about substance use if you are dealing with that. And it doesn't matter if you're smoking weed, you drinking alcohol, substance use is substance use, and we need to go ahead and tackle that. So go ahead and hit that number below if you have any questions about that, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions.
Thank you, Shawn. And next, we have Miss Mother. She hate when I call her that.
I do hate that. Hi, I'm Patrice. I am the PrEP case manager here at RAIN. What I do is I help people get on to PrEP medication and into a PrEP program without any cost to themselves. Typically, I also help them get in school, find jobs, write resumes, transportation and food, anything to help them have a more productive and safer life. If you think you might know somebody that wants to get on PrEP, give me a call, give me a text, either one.
Thank you, Patrice, for that marvelous introduction.
I can't.
Okay. So today's topic, I know it's a little confusing. What is your preference? Is it what is your preference or is it interracial dating? So we're actually gonna kind of mix it up for you guys. So what is your preference? Kind of start the conversation off in regards to what do you like. However, in that we can also talk about interracial dating and how it affects the community, positive and negative, or in between. So we kind of want to get into that first before we start asking sexual preferences. So Bryce, I'm gonna let you take it away. Oh, I'm sorry. Before you take it away, Bryce, I do want to acknowledge some of the people that came on today. Dre Austin, how you doing today? Hey, Miss Regina Hall. Hey, Aunt, how you doing?
Hey, Terry.
Hey, Aunt. Hey, Tia. Hey, Zon.
Miss Regina, how you doing?
What's the vibe?
Hey.
And look at Dre talking about some. Hey, oh no, that's what I want. This is what I wanted to see. Hey, hello, Miss Mother, aka Patrice.
Hi.
Okay,
Hey,
sorry about that,
Brittany.
Bryce.
I know the vibes too. Look.
Today
Take it away.
I wanted to talk about preferences because personally I have a strong feeling if you deny somebody because of their race, skin color, or hair texture, I don't feel like that's a preference. I feel like that's a prejudice. And the reason why I brought that up is because there's this beautiful, gorgeous actress named Jodie Smith. She played in Queen and Slim, but she's married and she's about to have a child with a man who is white. And people are giving her flack for it. And they're saying, like, you're a bed wench, you're a traitor, and calling her all different type of things. But she defended her relationship saying, like, you know, the only men that really made me feel beautiful were men who were non-black. She never had a non-black man make her feel beautiful or make her feel acknowledged. So my thing is, are you guys okay with dating outside your race? And do you think that denying somebody because of their race is a preference or prejudice? Personally, for me, I'm all for interracial dating. I think denying somebody, looking at somebody and be like, well, I can't be with them because they white. I don't think there's something good about that. But also in the same breath, I have experienced it to where I had black men come and tell me without me even asking, exclusively tell me that they will only date women that were non-black. And my thing is, well, why? So I want to get you guys' opinions and feelings about it.
So personally, I am a taste the rainbow kind of girl. I feel like when I was dating, I made it my business to date people from different races just to see if a lot of the stereotypes were true. And I think you don't learn anything about people until you try different things. You don't know what might be different. Some things might be different. Some things might not. And it was interesting. I have also dated people who have dated me because strictly I was overweight. They had a fat thing. I've dated people who only dated me because I've had long hair, because I'm light skinned. So preference or preference is it's a different kind of thing. It just kind of depends.
So
for me, go ahead, Shawn.
No, you can go ahead. Go right ahead.
For me, the way my mother and grandmother raised me, I understand the mindset of what people are saying. I'm not gonna say I understand, but I was raised to think like that. One of the things that I was told before I came out of the closet was don't bring no white bitch home. And I think that in the South, that was something
if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Yeah,
right. One of the things going up in the South, that was something that I heard a lot. And how I think about that is like I can hear a lot of people in my ear telling me different things only because I understand both sides. I do think that is a very prejudiced thing to say, but I can also can hear a black woman in my ear telling me that this man is a traitor for not loving his own women. I can hear that, And I can understand what she's saying, but on the flip side of that, love, like you said, love is love. Like, and we've earned that right to love who we want to love, no matter what no matter what their skin color is. But my mother or my grandmother is itching in my bones, and I heard her say this to me. But then she went on to marry a white man.
I mean, you gotta learn as you go on.
You know,
So
I'm all
forget it.
for falling in love with somebody that happens to be a different race if you actually love them. I'm not for actively denying a race because you feel like another race is superior or better. Like, I'm not for denying black men or denying black women because I feel like if I'm with somebody that's non-black, that would make my life better. And the reason why I really break this up because I've seen it too when celebrity black women are with white men like Jodie Smith, like I mentioned, or Serena Williams. Black men will put a stop to their causes. Serena Williams is creating a cause to help black women who are black women go through their pregnancies because black women are 4 times more likely than any other race to die during pregnancy, during childbirth, from
Right.
childbirth complications. And there are black men that actually saying, do not donate to her cause because she's a traitor.
She's married to an
She's
Asian
married
guy.
to a white man. But there are successful black men who are married to white women, and people are all for their causes. Like that man who paid for Harvard's 2019 whole class tuition. Like he paid their student loan debt off, and he cheated on his black wife with multiple white women.
Right.
But people are down for him, down for his cause. So, you know, personally,
Shawn,
in my experience, I have. Oh, go ahead.
So,
What
so
you
for
guys
me,
say, Shawn?
okay. No, you're good. So for me, personally, I feel like I mean, for one, I really never had an issue with the whole interracial thing. Just but pinching off of what Johnny said as well, the way that my family kind of raised me and the way that they portrayed things was that white people weren't allowed to be, in our family or dating outside of our race was like prohibited or something. Like it was just against the law if you dated someone that was not black in my family and growing up where I grew up at. But going against all odds and not even really caring about none of that, I've dated outside my race. My best friend of 16 years he's Caucasian, he's white. It's never been an issue for me when it came to the whole race thing. Now, I've heard slick comments on both sides, and that's the part where this is the neutral part of me because I've heard black cisgender men say that they will date a white woman because a white woman will do something that a black woman won't do. And we could be talking about sexually, we could be talking
being
about
submissive,
financially, romantic, like just being romantic, period. I've heard it come out of their mouth. And it's like, well, what is it that a black woman can't do that a white woman can do to make you even want to say that? Like,
sit down and shut up.
Not struggle for her love. She don't have to struggle for the love.
Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then it just, why is it that the image of a black person and a white person, like, why is it so, why is it wrong? Yeah, why is it
right?
wrong?
Right. I think it's because, unfortunately, in this country, we have a very messy history when it comes to racism and slavery. We went through a period of our time in this country where black women were used simply to breed. You know what I'm saying? And so if you were being kept in the basement only to sleep with your master when he felt like it. So there is a sense of shame from the black community as far as that goes with interracial dating. The same thing with black men, even now, how black men and women are fetishized in sex.
And so I also want to bring that too. I also want to bring that too that on dating apps, the most 3 desired people on dating apps are black men, white women, and Latino women.
Regina Hart said, when I dated white men, their family said racist things to me, so I only date black men and Latino men.
Catrell Wilson, she said, I've heard that black men date white women because she knows how to let the black man lead. I personally think that's bullcrap, but I've heard it.
yeah.
I've also heard that some black men date white women just to treat them wrong because of slavery.
What the fuck?
Shit gets real out here.
That is so vindictive.
I almost had to clutch my pearls on that one.
Yeah.
So one of the things I like that she said though was that the first part.
That
I've heard
man
that
lead.
black men date white women because she knows how to let the black man lead. Patrice,
Huh?
hop on that.
Then that play and Patricia ties in with
So-
say that angry black woman.
The only thing that I can say to that is personal experience. I have family members that only date Caucasian women. And it's because they were raised to believe that they would have a better life and it would be easier for them if they had white women and their children were mixed. I've also had a black man look at me and tell me I could never marry you because I don't know what the fuck is about to come out of your mouth.
Wow.
So I do think a sense of control can be added to that conversation as well, though. In regards to that,
Of course.
I feel like one of the things that my grandma used to tell my sister is that no black man is going to ever want to be with you because you like Patrice said, you talk too much, you loud. And she used to always tell my sister things like you're too big, you're getting too big, all the bumps in your face, you need to stop drinking sodas and things like that. And it wasn't, and I know my grandmother, and it wasn't out of hate. She wasn't talking out of hate. She was talking out of
she was telling her what she lived through.
Right. But I don't think that she understood how much damage that she was doing to not only to my sister, but to our community. That's damaging for us in so many different ways. So that we have to really, 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 really change us to fit white society. And to get, black men to date a white, date a black woman.
But I don't think those are necessarily white traits. You have to look at the time frame that your grandmother came from, and that women were docile. Women did have to do whatever the man said. Women did have to dress and look a certain way if that's what their husbands wanted, especially in the black community.
Yep.
So I think that the disconnect, I think, began when we started having a lot of black people and black men marry white women because they felt like it was a status symbol. And I think that's when we really started to see the disconnect from people being able to be who they wanted to be with.
But do you think it's actually okay to deny a race?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't. Not purely because of race, because you never know until you meet someone. You know what I mean?
You find people that's like people that those people that go and say, "Hey, I can't date a white person," or I can't date this person because of this, when they've never actually done it, and they're just saying it based off the fact of them looking and just hearing things from other people's perspective, or hearing things that's been thrown at us while we were growing up. They smell like this and they look like this, and they, all the little crazy little stuff that you hear like in between that, but you don't know until you, just like what you said, until you actually go out and date this person, and you don't know if this person for you or not. That's how I found out.
Right.
I found my race, because I was like, "Hey, listen, you Puerto Rican. I never dated a Puerto Rican guy before. It was totally different for me. I was like, okay, I feel like your skin a little soft, you feel fragile. I don't know what to do. It was a lot that was going on.
Did you call him fragile?
Fragile.
His skin
Puerto
was so
Rican?
soft to me.
Puerto
Rican
Rican
was like his skin
head.
felt different.
Oh shit. Okay.
I have a question for the panel, though. Have any of you guys ever been fetishized for being black?
You said, have we been fetishized for being black?
Most, I mean, I've never had before, but I know stories all down the back of my back to kind of that says yes, most definitely.
Personal experience for me, I can talk about an incident. Me and my best friend usually take a trip to Florida every year. We do our little annual Florida trip. We go further and further into Florida and go into resorts. This year, that particular year, we decided to go to St. Pete in Clearwater, Florida. We decided to go there and kind of lounge around and kind of just do our little thing like we normally do. In the midst of being on the resort, it was some white guys that were there. That had seen me with my best friend. My best friend is white. So they kind of got this whole little thing that, maybe we were dating, maybe we were a couple, we weren't. So it was kind of like we were separate. But then at the same time, it was people that was hitting on me because of the fact that I was black, and they just assumed that it was on some sexual type stuff, and they wanted to just yeah, it was really crazy. And it was the weirdest experience, I promise you, because it's like, people coming at you at every angle. You don't know what's going on. They're talking to you all crazy. Drinks involved.
Right.
It was too much.
I realized I'm being fetishized when they mention black, and when they like about me, they're like, "Oh, you so big and black," or
come put just keeping it above that big black. I'm like.
Like one white guy hit me up. He's
wow.
BBC. Can I see?
Not the cock.
The cock.
Oh wow.
The cock.
I'm gonna say this.
The BBC.
Why can't you just be simple? Why can't you be like, "Oh, can I see your dick?" Why you gotta be like,
"Let me see that big big black cock"? Like it's like, it just gives me this weird unfeeling. Like really, that is crazy to me. Are we gonna read some comments now? We got comments.
Yeah, I have a couple. Tia, she wanted to say that she was catching up, but it took a little bit of time. But she says she likes all races, and she doesn't mind going out with anybody until she finds out they have a small dick.
I loved it.
Tia, you are right, sis.
I loved it.
Go ahead. Who is okay? So this Cottrell, we got Cottrell Wilson. She said, "We have some strong black men who love the black culture. I think that love has no identity. It's what the two put into it. People are so caught up on color of skin when love has no color. Social media has messed a lot of also when it comes to race as well."
So I think that there are black men who are for and about the culture, but these are also the men that are putting down black women that date white and Asian men. But they're not doing the same things to their counterparts in the culture.
Also, I think social media has played into this role of being racially ambiguous. So there's this thing called blackfishing, and it's when white social media influencers darken their skin and get themselves full of lips and have braids and stuff to make themselves appear like as they're black, but they're really white. So, when people talk about, "Oh, I want a foreign girl, I want somebody exotic." If you're born in America, baby, you're not foreign or exotic. You American.
Depending on your race. Or depending on your ethnicity.
Your ethnicity, yeah.
If you're third generation American born, you're not exotic.
Nah.
Thank you.
Nah.
Your great grandparents came from their place.
It's one thing to be exotic. It's another thing to have an exotic look.
Okay, features.
Yes,
exactly.
Have an exotic
look.
Because I know some guys that are probably third generation Americans, but they have an exotic look. Tarzan.
They want the olive tan skin and the light hazel eyes with full lips. In the full
okay. We don't need to look at your profile.
So y'all be sucking on white veiny dicks. Ooh!
Is that shame or shade? I don't know which one it is.
I don't know what it is either.
I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Personally, I've never been with a white man before.
I'm gonna be 100%.
I don't want to. I just never experienced it.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I have also never been with a white man. And here's one thing that I'm gonna be 100% honest. This is not racist. It's not anything. But I'm scared of pink meat.
And see, this is the part where I come in and I'm going to be very transparent. So with me dating outside my race, I have slept with white men. I have slept with Puerto Rican men. I've slept with Asian men. It may not have always been an experience to where I had to play with their meat, but all white men meat
It's not all
thing.
pink.
It's not pink, and it's weird because when you look at it, and it's a little darker than what you expect, and it's like it don't look like it belong on them. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just being honest. It don't match. It don't match. So when people be saying, "Oh, white men got pink meat," y'all might look at some porns and stuff. They meat might be pink. It's a lot of blood rushing to the penis and stuff. So
Is that my daughter?
But at the same time, all the white men penis aren't pink like that. Like it's just not.
No, they're not.
They're not.
They're not.
Patrick
Well,
said,
probably to the nearest
my
one that
DMs
has.
on the dating apps, always Caucasian men showing me their booty hole or message me saying they want the BBC. I hate it being just seen as a black man who have BBC.
I'm sure that gets very offensive very quickly. Yeah.
Virginia, it was the blood.
I know you do, Diamond. My daughter says she loves her white men. Y'all can be mad if you want to.
And I personally,
Wait. Because one of the comments, Brandon, that he said, so you would suck a white man with a black man dick. Just because he had, okay, but even why does it have to be this? Why do you have to go automatically to sucking his meat? What if he doesn't want that touch? Preferences.
What be about?
I hate you so much.
He might be a strict bottom.
Yes. Well, since we're on body parts, let's move on from race and let's talk about physical preferences. About dating men who are tall, short, dating men who have bigger bodies, slimmer bodies. What do you guys feel about that? Do you have a body preference?
No. Well,
I don't either.
No. I ain't gonna, because okay, that's a lie. Because I really don't want someone that's too big.
Yes,
and too big to me. I feel like at some point, if I don't know how to explain it.
Ooh, that's one right there.
Explain it.
Ooh, let's get to it.
Okay, so for me personally, I will not date short guys because I'm already short and wide. So I go for taller guys because you got to be 6'2" and over to ride this ride. I'm sorry.
I don't have a height preference or body preference because I had short dudes rock my world and I had two pick boys rock my world too. So I don't understand.
I'm gonna say this.
There's a lot of stereotypes out there.
It is.
Height is the only thing for me.
I'm a stereotype. I do not like big penises. I don't like them. If you 9 inches or above,
you know what, Johnny? I'm with you.
You not getting in my hub. Period. No, ma'am.
Thank you.
Go ahead and swear.
You're not doing it. I don't care. I will say it. I will say it. Let me tell you something. I watch too many of these boys getting a 30, 38, 39, 40s and they rose button because they've been taking big dicks all their lives. It ain't happening over here. I'm sorry. No.
I'm sorry.
No.
So y'all can get in a vinegar bath. You'll be fine.
What you say, Patrice?
I can't.
You get you in a vinegar bath. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Couple tablespoons of.
What about body hair?
I love me some body hair.
I don't mind body hair.
I love body hair.
I don't mind it as long as it's not like coming out the top of their shirt in the back. I'm all right.
If I'm getting ready to eat your butt, I don't want to go down there and be. It's a lot to get to the hole.
Oh no, my God, boy!
I love a hairy booty.
Getting to the money.
I gotta scavenge my way back. Like, come on now, like work with. Don't be overly heavy.
That's right. 9 and under. 9 and under. I can't do it for you.
So I got a question for y'all real quick. And it's gonna dip back into the race thing, but Tia put this question up here and she prefaces with honest question. Does it bother you when you see and hear a white girl talking ghetto? You know what I'm saying? And they have the typical black girl hairstyle and they talk extra black. Would you date someone that acted black? And don't you dare say was acting black, because y'all know what I'm saying.
So one time I was talking to this Asian boy, and I guess
that's so good.
He was acting black, but I loved his demeanor. I loved everything about it. Like, it was like, you know, his aura and everything. It felt good. So I guess.
If it's genuine, I don't front on it. Yeah. If it's a genuine, that's genuinely who you are, then I don't front on that.
Yeah,
I don't front on
right.
that.
If it's not forced, like it's a force. If I can tell it's forced, I'm not going to deal with it. Like when they see me and my best friend together, they automatically assume that my best friend acts like how I act. He's the total opposite. He's the more quiet one, reserved, and I'm more of the loud one that's always going out. But at the same time, if he need to turn up, then that's when I say that he acts black at that point.
For me, what I like to think, one thing that I like to think about too is simple fact, especially me finding out or realizing if it's genuine or not, is you recognizing your white privilege. Because your struggle is not my struggle. I don't care how black you think that you are, or you think that you're acting.
You know what?
Your struggle is still not your experience is still not my experience.
That's true.
But it has to do as well as where they grew up at. If they grew up in the middle of the fucking projects in New York, then they're gonna sound and act like the people that they are surrounded by. That has nothing to do with acting black. They are who they are. So that is authentic. You cannot hate on them just because they may not look like you. They grew up in a situation that's probably worse than anything we've ever seen.
Right, and I had to figure out what that meant.
Oh God, that's my whole life.
You act white. What does that mean? I still get called the N-word. I don't understand. So what's acting white?
That is crazy.
I don't know.
There is a stereotype that when you are smart and articulate in the black community, that you are acting white.
That's better.
I'm gonna tell you something. I like one thing. I was watching T.S. Madison yesterday. I was watching T.S. Madison yesterday, right? And it was T.S. Madison and Tamar Braxton. They was doing a little segment of the Queen's Court. And I'm a T.S. Madison fan, so I do watch, as y'all can see, the beginning of our show. But anyway, so it was the song or a video that had aired. And it was this white girl who was rapping to a black person song. I don't know who the rapper is, but in the song, the word nigga came up. So she said it with the song, like she was saying it with the song, right? And I think that so one of the things that T.S. Madison and Miss Tamar said was they don't think that she was wrong, because she wasn't saying it just to say it. She was saying it with the song. Like she was just rapping the song naturally, just singing it with the song word for word. And I agree with that. Like, you know, if you don't want people to say that word, don't put it in your song.
Don't play that music around your kids.
Well, and it wasn't a little girl. She was a grown woman. She was a grown woman, but she was just rapping the song, having fun, you know. Rapping the song, and she just said it with the song lyrics. And I personally feel like if you are an artist, everybody across the world will be hearing your songs, rapping your songs, playing your songs back, and actually reenacting you. So my opinion, and you know, if you don't want them to say it, don't put it in your song.
So I see that this is going to lead us into another topic. So we're going to have to put that as a whole topic.
To reel it back in, Johnny. We're talking about preferences. You bringing up anyway.
No, because I did ask that question, but I opened that can, and I'm sorry. But back to sexual preferences.
So we talking about sexual or physical now?
No, wait, Brandon.
Are they not the same?
You said black people always giving passes on the fact that if a white person say the N-word. We, as a black community, let's talk about ourselves first before we decide to jump on. See, no, that's a different conversation. I was ready to take it. We gonna jump on stuff like that. We got to make sure we jump within. We can't.
I don't give nobody a pass. I don't agree with that at all.
Yeah, like
why do gay guys think it's?
That's gonna have to be a whole panel discussion because that discussion could take us hours.
Yeah.
Like we could literally spend hours on the N-word alone. And I know it's one of my favorite words. So, you know.
Brandon also asked a question about being openly gay. And I want to define that too. Like when you say openly gay, do you mean being DL? Do you mean like I'm out, but I'm not flamboyant? Because I see when people use the word openly gay, they're talking about flamboyancy now.
I don't think it's about flamboyancy. I think I've seen it's really because I think there's a difference in being gay and living a gay lifestyle. And living a gay lifestyle has nothing to do with being flamboyant. From my perspective, and I am not gay, so I really can't dive into that. I can only speak as someone who has been on the outside looking in. And I know people who are in marriages of convenience. They can't live that life and they're trying to cover that up because of jobs or family. So for me, and my sister would always tell me, it's a lifestyle. It has nothing to do with your sexual preference. It's how you choose to live your life and what you show the world.
Oh, no, go back to that one. Go back to the one you just posted, Johnny. Yes. Cottrell said, would it be wrong for a white person to call you a nigga during sex? My friend used to like his boyfriend, which was white, to call him nigga during sex.
If that's a fetish, then yeah. If you like it, I love it. It ain't got shit to do with me. Ain't in your bedroom.
Oh,
at all.
I've never had that happen. I
haven't either.
I've never.
That's a very specific kink.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Like you really confident. You're really confident. You got a lot of confidence.
And not only that, some people like to be shamed during sex. It's a turn on. So that completely makes sense when you look at the world of kink. So I get it. It's just not my thing, but I get it.
So I like this right here. But flamboyant gays don't like it when the masculine gays turn it off when they get around straights. So he was talking about, so he said, basically he was saying to your first question, what Bryce had read, meaning I'm out, but I'm not flamboyant. Okay. But flamboyant gays don't like it when the masculine gays turn it off when they get around straight. Okay.
I see that with my own eyes.
But are you being authentically you around straight?
No.
That's the thing.
Is it, or are they not being authentically themselves around the gay boys because they think they will only be accepted for being a flame?
They can go right. At what point in time are you being authentically you? It goes vice versa. That's true. That is very true, Patrice. Very, very true. I think that as a kid, when I say kid, I'm talking about like when you first come out, you 14, 15, you a flaming flame pop, and that is a good thing. I say that in a good way. So don't think that I'm being derogatory. Like I call myself a flaming flame pop, but I think that you have nothing to really worry about. Like you are literally being you authentically, trying to figure this out in the world and things like that. And I think the world gets to us at a certain time frame in our life, and it all happened differently. Yes. And this whole no facts, no film thing comes up, right? Mm-hmm. So then we start having to change who we authentically are, or who we thought we authentically was at that particular moment. Because even that person that we authentically was before no facts and films got approached to us could have been a fake because we were trying to appeal to the gay audience and get friends and get people to get people gay like this. Like I think that the gay experience, I think that I think it is so hard to kind of tell when you are being authentically you because there's so much influence around you. And that's with anybody,
And social
honestly.
media makes it a lot easier to be someone else as well.
It definitely does.
I'll say that for me, my personal experience, a lot of people know that I'm authentic to who I am, regardless of who I'm around. I don't care if you straight, you gay, whatever you decide to do in your life, I'm gonna be me. And I've learned that people respected me more for actually being myself. And if I decided to bust out in Vogue in front of the straight people, they was cheering me on and they liked it and they was interested in knowing what the hell I was doing. If I was around the gays and I decided to, I still wanted to vote, they probably joined in with me and dropped the beat and we went, you know what I'm saying? So just I feel like, yeah, a lot of times I've seen people try to be this whole mass person to be appealing to the person they're trying to talk to. And it's like, oh, what kind of person you like? Oh, I like masculine dudes. So now you're trying to be masculine. You're being somebody you're not. And you got to pretend to keep being this person the entire time. Only to wear yourself out. Because the other person looking at you like, okay, like I already know you're really pretending, but I'm only messing with you because you're giving it to me when you're around me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole setup.
Whole setup.
You know, the no fats, no films thing used to hurt my feelings, but it don't anymore because I found my own community. And really, it's all a facade because you would have no fats, no films in your bio, and they'll still hit you up, and you be like, "But I'm fat and I'm fat, so what you doing?" And I screenshot it and I sent it to them.
Trying to get some. That's what they trying to do.
I'll be like, "But your bio say no fat, no fin. You know I'm fat, right?"
You see all this jiggle.
Brandon said, in the world of customer service, you learn to cater your conversations to your listener, but you are not being someone else. I mean, I worked in customer service.
But that's work versus personal.
Yeah, and that's my whole. It's a tone I take when I'm at work because I can be.
So when you're around straights, are you being professional?
Yeah, I'm being very professional, and I'm handling this phone call according to how I need to answer the phone. So, hello, thanks for calling Comcast, home of customer guarantee. This is Shawn Gray speaking. How may I help you today? You might have to give some of that. You can't answer the phone. Hey, this is Shawn Gray. Like this Buddha, bro. Like, what's up?
Mm-hmm. Especially not when you're trying to do a sales call. Yeah, you get none of that. None of that.
None of that at all.
I think that it's interesting that in gay culture, especially on dating apps, the fact that y'all have so many dating apps is upsetting, to say the least. But that they're so honest. You won't see, I think in straight groups or in dating sites, you'll see more of nobody over 150 pounds, nobody under 5'9". Stuff like that. And you'll see guys who are looking for a female that doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not getting ready to be 5'9" and 150 pounds. That's not how that works. But
come on, professional. It's a vibe. I think most people can just naturally adapt, and some people just can't. They're just black and white.
That's true.
And that is true. It is something that you learn with maturity as far as being able to adapt to different environments, different people, certain situations that may not be the norm. All this head none.
Oh no, I all this head because it's a lot of comments coming through, and I'm trying to keep up with the comments.
Yeah, I'm
trying to catch them in. I'm reading some in between too.
Yeah. I do feel like very similar to what Shawn was saying. I feel like that we get tainted so many ways. Like when are we authentically us? What you about to say, Patrice?
I don't want to say it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon,
at every job I had, I never changed myself. I've always been Bryce.
We know.
So when you guys are talking about code switching to be professional, if I don't like something,
Brandon, that's not true. If you raised by your father, you're gonna naturally be masculine. That's not true.
Because my sister was raised by father, she is trans, so no, that ain't true.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. Because I was raised around women don't mean that I have to naturally act feminine because I was around women.
I had my father and my stepfather in my life, and I was still gay. I had my uncles, I'm still gay.
I'm masculine as fuck, and I was raised by women.
But anyway, I mean, some people.
Anywho,
back to preference.
Oh wow!
So we went over the stats and films. What else we got for these preferences that you see on your?
I don't date people in the ballroom scene. Well, I've heard that before.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
I've heard that like plenty of times.
I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna be honest.
Or drag queen.
With the ballroom scene, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for that right quick. And this may not be everybody, because I don't talk in absolutes, but I just feel like
yes, King David.
I just feel like let me see. These comments coming in so fast.
Me too.
I just feel like that a lot of times, depending on if where that person is in the ballroom scene maturely. When you date somebody that's in the ballroom scene, there's a lot of people that's inside of your relationship because of the ballroom community. And that ain't always the case, of course not. I think that, again, that has everything to do with, where that person is individually inside of their life or in the ballroom scene. A lot of times I've dated somebody who's in the ballroom scene and their gay father or gay mother had something to say about me as a person. And the person that I'm trying to date didn't give me a chance because their gay father and gay mother had so much to say. Like stuff like they too involved in their in their relationship. Like, what is that? So there was a time frame where I was on board with I'm not dating nobody from the ballroom scene. I don't got time for that.
So what's the difference between ballroom parents and regular parents? Because regular parents will damn sure tell you to drop somebody in a fucking heartbeat.
Completely.
If your ballroom parent is supposed to be the parent figure in your life,
but not,
and if they're actually doing the right things, they should not be in your relationship, just like your regular parents shouldn't be in your relationships. That's no reason to say that's why I don't date people in the ballroom thing. Because you date people with regular parents who just as messy, who do just as much fuck shit.
Exactly. I was gonna say that's what ballroom scene has been associated with being mess. For whatever reason, I guess because people have a couple messy people, and of course it is some messy stuff that goes on in the ballroom scene. Don't get me wrong. Let's keep it a buck.
There's messy stuff that goes on everywhere.
Exactly, but it's all who you associate yourself with and who you choose to be around. You don't have to be around mess if you don't choose to be.
Right.
And still have a successful ballroom career or
them gay
ballroom relationship.
That's what I fell out about.
What is that?
Them gay parents be hunting. Huh?
Yeah.
I don't hunt my children. I'm sorry. I don't hunt any of them. Not a one.
Yeah. I'm about to say none of my
kids. Not a one.
I'm sorry.
Any terms like that. Yeah.
Somebody just tried me and I don't like it.
What is that? Johnny wasn't you in the house? Johnny wasn't you in the house, Johnny?
Let's reel it in, y'all. Let's reel it in. Back on the topic.
Ooh. Oh, that's good stuff.
Damn. Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. And I think the whole thing about the whole fat no femme thing too that bothers me when people say it, the person that normally is coming from is
a fat or a femme.
It's usually it's either a fat or a femme. So then they're like,
which is so dumb.
They're like, why are you and then again, I'm like, okay, I understand people have preferences. I get it. You may not want to date a person that's feminine. You may not want to date a person that's big or fat to you. I understand.
I'm sorry.
At the same time,
and I'm sorry. If you're 275 pounds plus, you have no business talking about I want skinnies only, baby. Don't.
And one thing.
Don't play with me.
And one rule of thumb: looking for masculinity is a feminine trait.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's just
go ahead and tweet it and make it your pin tweet.
Shopify hashtag.
Looking for masculinity is a femme trait.
It is.
Yo, seriously.
That is.
Seriously.
I mean, but you
That's how you
always,
know they're
I've
about
always
it.
heard people say, if I wanted to date a feminine person, I date a woman, but I'm gay, so I want to burn.
I want to burn.
And Patrice, I'm gonna be honest. I felt like whenever I gave that up, when I really embraced that song, I ain't got no type. Bad bitches, like that song really freed me. It really freed me because what I really start understanding about relationships and what I see in a person, it had nothing to do with them. But I have dated facts, I have dated films, I have dated masculine, I've even dated I've even dated a trans female. I've had sex with one as well. Like I've experienced so many walks of life to where like I feel like for me, it's no longer I'm not limiting my sexual experience and or my experience period because of what society thinks is right. Like no, I want to explore and see what I like first. I'm not going to say I don't like it because I've never had it. I want to try it.
But if you connect with that person, everything else shouldn't matter.
It really shouldn't, honestly and truly.
But that's really
it really shouldn't.
That's how you'll mess somebody head up to when you date. If you start dating and you meet somebody and they say, "Oh, what's your type?" You be like, "Oh, I don't got no type." They can't build. They have to build off of whatever they think they know about you because you didn't give them any way to build off anything. Saying, "Hey, okay, I'm this chill, laid back guy. I'm this quiet, reserved," so they can automatically think, oh, "Okay, well, he play video games. He cool. He quiet. Like he masculine. Like." The whole time, sweetheart, when you get ready to buzz, when you live up out here, I'm getting ready to put this beat on and I'm getting ready to vogue down to the village. Like, it's a whole facade. Like, people really, they just get that mixed up and it bothers me. Like, I hate that.
And the last thing I want to talk about is age preference.
Ooh.
Now, I do have an age preference.
I do as well. 5 up, 5 down. That's it.
I'm with Patrice. on that one. Now, I'm going to totally agree on that one. 5 up, 5 down. I don't want to take it too young because you ain't about to play with me.
No.
And I can't take it too old.
Older men,
they want to get, oh my God. And they want to put babies up in you.
And they want to know your every move, and they want to talk to you every 5 minutes.
That ain't always the case. That ain't always the case. That ain't always the case.
It's too much. It's
so
too much.
Why do you feel different?
Well, I think that I've always had an infatuation.
Ooh, okay, King K. Yeah, we're gonna hit all of these. These were our actual topics. Yes. Go ahead. I'm so sorry, baby.
Oh no, you're fine, sugar. I think that I've always had an infatuation with men that were a lot older than I am. Always. And I think that it has nothing to do with control. Nobody's gonna control me and like that. I just kind of felt like mature level wise, I've tried dating my age. And I'm not saying nobody's my age is mature. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just haven't came across that white person yet. So I always tend to find somebody that is a lot older than I am, or that is older than me to take seriously as far as dating wise. Anybody that I've ever really dated on a serious matter has been older than I
am. For me,
and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I get hit on by a lot of younger guys. A lot of the older guys that do hit on me is normally about sex. For whatever reason, I've noticed that, but typically I get hit on by younger guys, and they're either in my age range or they just don't live close by. So
I get hit on by older men, and I'm talking about like anything from 32 to like 50.
By the way, I'm 31. Let me say my age. I'm 31. So,
and I'm 23. So I get hit on by older men more than I do get hit by men my own age or around my age.
Yeah.
I get hit on by both. And it's either like really young, like 20, 30, early 30s, which freaks me out, or they're like my age or up to like 50.
What's the oldest you? What everybody up should take it? What's the oldest you ever took it? Don't lie.
42.
Do you mean sex or dating?
Like dating wise.
Oh, I don't date.
Sex wise, then for you.
Come on, Tree.
Listen, when I was 18 years old, no,
48.
I went 18. I think I had to be 16. I was 16 and I was posing saying I was telling everybody I was 18. I wasn't 18 yet. And there was this guy. I didn't know he didn't know me from a can of paint, but he found me online and said that he wanted me to do a photo shoot with him, a nude photo shoot. Of course, he think I'm 18, so whatever.
That's still
So,
yeah.
So I go. So thank you, Bryce. I gotta read the fucking judgment. So I go, of course. We in a hotel room inside of the university area, and we do the nude photo shoot, right? And mind you, I'm 16, and he don't know. So we taking pictures, we snapping, we is in there now. So at the end, he starts, of course, he starts feeling himself and things like that, and wanting to start fill up on me. Okay, cool, whatever the case may be, and we had sex. Now, this man was gray hair everywhere, gray. You can tell he was. Before I knew it, I asked him his age. But before I knew it, I can tell he was definitely over the age of 50.
Somebody better get it before I do.
So
out of control.
So we done had sex already. He stops. First, I'm gonna say this. I've got the best at that point. I had got the best nut I've ever had in my whole entire life. That man rocked my world. No lie. So we stopped, and we finished. And he stopped. And we laying in the bed. We looking at each other. He was like, "How old are you?" And don't stop lying. I said, "What you mean?" He was like, "Cause your spirit tells me something different. Tells me something different."
His spirit said he going to jail because he is. He going to jail.
So I said to him, "How old are you?" He was like, "I'm 58." I said, "Oh, okay. Okay. You about 40 years older than me." He was like,
he was
"No."
definitely rocking the damn cradle. He was rocking the cradle.
Rob it.
But that experience was wow.
Oh my God. That means he's like 69 now.
I'm still looking for that old man.
He's 69 now.
Oh my God.
Yes. So actually, the biphobia is going to be a topic, but Bryce, I remember that this was one of the things that we talked about earlier, and Brandon said, "So whatever happened to traditional tops and bottoms?"
I never knew it was a traditional top and bottom.
That's so heteronormative. That's so
shortly thereafter being top and bottoms was the verse top, verse bottom.
Niche, you stupid. She said he was going to jail, Johnny.
Going to jail.
Completely. He was trying to go to jail for real.
Going to jail.
Had he been messing with the wrong person, then yeah, he definitely would have went to jail.
He probably did. Ooh.
No, I can't. That is hilarious.
Oh, don't know how to build a connection. Thank you.
He in jail, y'all.
That man is not in jail. That man is out here prospering.
32 is older for me because I'm 23.
32 older.
For me, I'm 23. I'm 1997. January 7th, 1997.
Oh God.
But do you ever be thinking about like how our parents be
I remember that year.
Our parents be 10 years apart. Our daddy might be older than our mama, or the mama might be older than the daddy.
Yeah. I cannot.
My parents only 4 years apart.
That's what's up. What's up? We got a lot of comments.
My parents are a year apart.
Best nut of your life, huh?
Johnny.
Don't take it personal. Shit happens.
That was a long time ago. Long
It was a long time ago. In a land far, far away.
Okay.
One of my exes is still in my top 5.
And that's on period.
What is a PNP? I don't want to know. Never mind.
I was gonna ask. Brandon is really involved tonight.
He said he went on the panel, y'all. He said he's not here for it. Y'all not giving him what he needs.
That's what's up. Oh, you are definitely welcome to be on the panel on a particular subject. We don't mind at all. Inbox one of us and let us know.
We bust it down. And Cottrell, you said we got to get a name for the show. The name of the show is Keeping It 100.
Oh my God.
That's what we call the show, Keeping It 100. Do
I
bottoms
can't
know
with Brandon right now.
Do bottoms
I'm
know
scared of
make the
poppers.
pussy terrible?
I'm scared of poppers.
Brandon, what is going on? You were taking this conversation somewhere.
I don't like them personally.
I'm
That's
scared.
like
I never
pain.
tried it.
I'm
And I
good.
don't want to.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
good.
like
Hey, friend.
it makes a person possessed. They do that.
Yeah,
And it's like
mm.
that is like possessive to me. What did you do?
I don't want that.
No.
I
don't want
no
that.
experience like that with the people that have done it around me that I may have been having sexual intercourse with. When they've done it, it just really made them get more sexual. Like I really didn't know if I was gonna be okay or if they were gonna be okay.
I don't
Really know which direction it was going.
I don't need
baby.
those
I did
theories.
not know. I did.
I'm gonna tell you.
no.
There was one time a long time ago with one of my exes that took me to go. We was in the middle of having sex. She stopped me in the middle of it and said, I want to try something. So we stopped. We drove, got in the car and drove at least 30 minutes from one side of town to the other side of town. I stayed on Sharon Amity. We drove all the way to Independence. It was a sex store on Brookshire. Oh, that was Wilkerson. It was Wilkerson, not
The Red
Brookshire,
Door?
Wilkerson. No, it
That was a good one.
It's the,
Nah,
no.
it was the big one.
Yeah,
The warehouse.
it was a sex
24
store.
hours.
Yeah, 24-hour sex store. They had a back room.
It was fantastic.
But anyway, so he got poppers, right? So I wasn't doing that bullshit. So he got it. He paid for it. We get in the car and he started doing his little poppers, whatever like that. So we going home and I'm ready to kind of get back into it. He's driving my car. We get on Independence. He stops in the middle of the road. I can't. I can't. I start cussing him the fuck out. We in the middle of Independence driving. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get out the way.
Ain't no conversation.
And
no conversation.
And ever since then, I would never, ever, I'll never, I can't do it. I'm scared of it.
So let me ask you this, since it's about preference. Do you have a preference on if someone does any type of illegal drug?
I do.
No?
I do have a preference. I do.
I do.
That I do have a preference of. Yeah.
Depends on the drug.
For me,
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna let me just keep it a buck. I can deal with somebody that's doing coke that know how to handle themselves doing cocaine. I can handle that. I can handle that. If you start shooting up and smoking other stuff in glass pipes and doing all this extra, you need to go. We ain't about to be in the same room anyway, so we ain't about to get to that point. We're not even gonna get to that point. I already know. Like, no, smoking weed and all that. That's cool. Do your thing. I've heard people tell me that's like just started smoking weed. That weed make them horny.
Weed made me sleepy. Anyway,
Smoking the wrong kind of weed. I definitely don't have a problem with people that do
What is it? Okay, no, we gotta wind this up because I can't.
Nope. You know why? Because we're 3.5 minutes over our time, so we're not even gonna open that.
Okay.
Before we end, I do want to go over our commercial. So just give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, we didn't do the commercial.
Conversation got so good, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to do it for you guys.
Right. Non-recreational drugs are not an option.
I want to leave out the day. You know what I'm saying? I'll be so happy.
You gonna make it bigger?
Uh-oh.
What happened?
There you go.
We back
Did it
on?
finish? And we back on.
Okay.
Okay.
Did y'all see it? Did y'all get to see it?
Yeah, but
You can't hear it. They couldn't hear it.
Oh, they couldn't hear nothing the whole time.
Right.
Oh, we'll work on it.
Posted on it'll be posted on the page for Keeping It 100. That way you can still
Thank
see.
you, Patrice. So we'll work on that. Sorry about that. I thought you could hear the sound because I could hear it in my ear. But we're going to wrap up the conversation today. Thank you guys for joining. I do want to remind you guys of the AIDS walk that I just showed you guys just now. Again, you can participate in so many different ways. There's so many different ways that you can join us and join the team. Please look at the photo I'm showing you guys. That is, you can share, like a post, tag a friend to a post, go outside and walk in your own community, and of course, you can also donate. Please donate. That is for the whole month of May. Come out, join the team, join us and fight for a cause. Also, we're also doing our focus groups. The focus groups will be trying to engage the Black community on PrEP. We are looking to, let me take that off. We are looking to collect information from you guys to see what the community think about PrEPs. From that information, we're looking to build a intervention to engage our community on PrEP. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. So please join us in that conversation. Of course, nobody has time for free, so we will be paying you guys for your time. Historically, white people have sat around in their desks and their offices to create interventions that they think that works for them. We know that does not work. So now it's time to hear your voice and to hear what you got to say in regards to what you think we need to do to engage our community on PrEP. On the flip side of that, we also want to hear from people that are taking PrEP. We are now conducting in-depth interviews. Patrice, Shawn, and Bryce are conducting those interviews to hear from you guys about what is working for you. Why does PrEP work? How does PrEP work? We want to collect that information so that we can help other people to get on PrEP and make it work for them. So please be a part of that. Also, we know that your time is not for free, so we will also pay you for that time frame as well. So contact me, contact Patrice, contact Shawn, contact Bryce if you are ready to be interviewed so we can hear your story, your PrEP story.
And one more thing, Johnny, before we wrap up, Thursday will be a topic that I will be leading, and we're going to be talking about kinks. So get your questions, get your comments. It's going to get real mysterious.
Did I hear you say kinks, boo?
Kinky.
Perfect.
Kink.
And we're going to do an outro. So Patrice, go ahead and do your outro for me.
I am Patrice Marsh. I am the prevention case manager at RAIN. I specialize in doing outreach in the community, talking about sex and healthy sexual relationships. I also enroll individuals into my PrEP program, male, female, black, white, trans, doesn't matter. If you're interested in getting on PrEP, please give me a call or text the number below. You guys have a great night.
Hey everyone, my name is Bryce Curry, and I'm a peer attention specialist here at Rain. I specialize in getting positive people who've fallen out of care linked back to care, and I also specialize in getting newly diagnosed clients into care within 2 to 3 weeks. I hold their hand for a year. I help them navigate their healthcare, and I also help them navigate any crises that they're experiencing throughout the year. So if you know anybody who has fallen out of care, or if you yourself has fallen out of care and you want to get linked back to care, please call the number down below, please.
Oh. I'm gonna be paying attention, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all already know it's Shawn. I am the peer outreach specialist here with Rain and with Crew, and I specialize in harm reduction as it relates to substance use. So pretty much I'm out in the community educating and advocating about healthy, safe sex practices. So if you have any questions about any of that or anything dealing with substance use, please feel free to contact the number below. You can text, call me. We can go ahead and get something started. We can talk about it.
Thank you so much for watching. Please tune in next week. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Please tune in on Thursday for our topic. We'll see you guys soon. Thank you for joining us. You have a good night.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.